Oh, we don't have to.
All that big rant
All that big rant
for
about,
nothing.
we've been sitting here for whatever time since we went
A lot.
after, because this is after dark, after dark.
Welcome to Way After Dark.
Yeah, way after dark.
Yeah.
What?
So you gonna finish what you were saying?
Fuck it. I don't care.
Chubba wubba halabba dubba hood.
Now we're where we was because I can say, fuck it.
Yeah, because I lost. Look, if you watch After Dark, I lost that.
You lost that,
by
man.
about one and a half.
I worked that motherfucker to the T.
But we want to talk about some like a real subject real quick.
All right, so the real subject about what was your thing? What was your question about the
I
bots?
remember. We were talking about having the bots. You worked me.
We're not talking about that anymore. We was talking about.
We were having a real wrestling question. You were like, oh.
You was like, oh yeah, well,
What were we talking about?
Wrestlers not looking like wrestlers.
Not looking like wrestlers.
The problem with wrestling.
And that's been my problem.
And that's what I said.
20 years is the fact that everybody.
Listen.
All right. So when you started out, and I started working with you, why were you trying to put me over?
Because that was a little bit. What was we referred to this on After Dark when I said, "Fuck you." What I really meant, and we'll go to that whole "fuck you" versus "fuck you," whatever. Dude, at that point in history, in wrestling history, it was a transitional phase, which is what we talked about earlier. The market was wide open for somebody that stood out and made a difference. Along comes these T-shirt wearing individuals. Now we're talking about Scott Steiner, Ric Flair. We're talking about everybody that comes to the show in tights and boots, which I encourage everyone to do today because that's the way you stand out now. In comes this dude with some T-shirts. But from the promotional aspect of it, this was something different. And what brings an audience in? The same old, or something different? And it worked out fantastic. And this asshole been wrestling in a damn T-shirt ever since.
Not the past few months.
Well, I can't help that you're a Johnny Dotson jobber.
Well, no, it's just the fact that, Johnny gets on there and he talks about, he's pound for pound.
Okay, we're going to go shoot. Hold on. You might want to mute my mic.
And then he gets on there and talks about who all he's worked, and this and that crap, shoots his credentials out there. Like nobody else has got any credentials. Like, we had a meeting at Bluff City where something was said about how many years somebody has, so they have more years than us, so they really know more than we do. And he knows what I'm talking about because the minute I said that, he looked at me because he knows exactly what I'm talking about because it offended him just like it offended me. It was like, well, this motherfucker's he's worked 27, we worked 26. So what the fuck matter? Why are you I'll let you talk.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm being quiet.
All right, well, shut the fuck up, then. So the biggest deal on me was and Cody when we were running, because we should have been at the time because we were running. We were fresh. We were new. We were fresh. We should have been. At times, we were like the hottest thing going as far as tag teams, like you and I have been the past few months.
And see, this is like fucking deja vu.
Deja vu.
You guys.
So Cody and I, when Pure Destruction came on, was like, boom! Everybody wanted to book us, right? It's like, but the biggest knock on us, as far as Memphis wise, and they didn't want to use us, is because we wore T-shirts. We had the dad bods. We didn't have the steroid muscled up bods. But when you go back and look at the era that made the most money in wrestling was the 70s and 80s, which was to normal looking guys like us,
Dusty Rhodes,
Dusty Rhodes,
340 pounds of fat.
Mm-hmm.
Bam Bam Bigelow, One Man Gang, Terry Gordy, King Kong Bundy. It just, the list goes on and on and on about the big guys. But the fact that we wore a T-shirt to cut off sleeves and had to, we wasn't shooting steroids. And I mean, it's not like we weren't muscular looking. I wasn't complete fat back in those days, but that was the knock because we wore T-shirts.
I'm close.
So that was a knock on and that's what's the knock on today, because Johnny Dotson's like, can't wear no T-shirts. We don't want to be wearing, well, it's not really Johnny. It was more of that advisor. Can we say
Yes.
Can we say his name?
I wouldn't. I don't see the point in it.
Man, fuck him.
I will, Alan.
But
Alan
anyways,
Steele.
it's
Dude,
it's
man,
more of.
Do you remember? No, you don't remember. It wasn't in the fucking movie. But Alan.
Yeah, I was around when Alan started.
I'm
He's 27. I'm 26. I've been in it for 26.
You've been 26 for 20 years.
I've been in it for 26 years.
80-year-old bastard.
Okay, bro. Whatever. He's been in it for 27. He's almost 27, right? Are you?
Yeah, I'm 27.
All right, so he's been a year. He was a year before me, so I have a problem with that. But anyways, that was the knock, right?
Yeah.
Was the T-shirt thing. That's what held me and Cody back, was the T-shirts. It's not the fact that we couldn't work or that we weren't the most over tag team around.
But from the smaller aspect of it, that's what got them over on the smaller aspect of it.
Yeah, but it didn't give us it. It took us a while to get on Memphis television. And when we got on Memphis television, the Bill Street posses and the other couldn't carry the load, so it was at the end of it. I guarantee if we had to come in from the get-go, that the Johnny Dotson time that started, if we'd have came in when they started, we'd have carried it just like he and I have carried Bluff City for the past year. You disagree?
I can't disagree with that.
Because I have been told many times by different promoters and different guys that have come through, like the Jimmy Harts, that if we'd have been back in the 80s era, we'd have drawn big money.
But here's the thing. Here's what different. And the 80s, yeah. Who was able to transition from the 80s to a current demographic at that time? The National.
Yeah.
Y'all would have been the next freaking Nasty Boys if somebody would have took a shot on it. Nobody took a shot.
You know what sucks? It's too late in life, man.
Well,
That's up.
now it's to the point to where, like we told you, you wanted us to go back live, but we told you, make the bios.
Let's go.
And let's go. You know us better than we know ourselves.
That's
So,
right.
Make them. He sent you the pictures. There's no excuse, folks. If we're not getting booked, it's all on Tiger. There we go.
Hallelujah, baby. Hallelujah.